Hello guys, welcome back to the Media Nights. My name is Ari.
And I'm Denise.
And today we're going to be watching The Silence of the Lambs. Been hearing a lot, and I mean a lot about this movie. I have never watched this movie before, and I know I've seen a lot of, people suggesting it. I've heard that the acting is amazing. I know that Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster is in this. And other than that, I have absolute no idea. Obviously, I know that, the main character, the legendary Hannibal Lecter, I know who he is. I know what he does. He's a bad person. But other than that, I don't know really what this movie is about. And I'm very, very excited to check it out.
Well, I remember watching this movie like several years ago, and it's honestly been a while. I don't remember too much of it. I just remember the impact that this movie had on me, right? I'm a huge horror fan. I'm a huge Anthony Hopkins fan. And this is just that movie that even though you don't remember exact scenes, you remember how it made you feel. And I think that's a very powerful thing for a movie to accomplish. And I'm so excited to kind of rewatch this now with the brain and the intelligence and the maturity that I have today and just kind of look at it, from fresher perspective. And I also cannot wait to see your reaction. I cannot wait to see how you're going to like this one.
I am excited. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it, and normally, like I mentioned, time and time again, every time I see that many recommendations for something, I know that something is going to be good. Also wanted to bring it more into the grounded area because we've been watching a lot of sci-fis, a lot of explosions, a lot of things that are very big, and kind of wanted more of a contained story. We're also approaching spooky season, so I thought, what other kind of movie to kind of have a cozy night in and kind of watch something with a little bit more gravitas and something to chew on, right? So I'm excited for this, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. If you guys want to catch the full-length reaction, that's going to be available on our Patreon. And if you want to watch these reactions early, make sure that you hit the join button and become a YouTube member. A massive shout out to Riddles11.
And also to Jonathan Pruitt.
Guys, thank you so much for being part of this community and becoming producer nights. We hope that you guys are enjoying. And as always, we'll catch you guys after the movie. Jodie Foster.
Anthony Hopkins, the man, the myth, the legend.
I'm very, very excited to see his performance in this. The Silence of the Lambs.
No true horror movie is complete without a misty forest scene.
I was going to say. Loving the mood, though. Very moody. Damn. I hope she got this in the first take. Imagine having to do this over and over again.
Yeah, I was just thinking, it's really cool that you can actually see the actor themselves doing things like this.
Howard Shore.
Ooh!
Nice.
What? You already know it's going to be good when Colleen Atwood is the costume designer. Her work is fantastic.
So there shouldn't be any problem if you could. You looking for Crawford?
Yes, sir.
Well, he should be back in a couple minutes. Why don't you wait in his office?
Loving that tracking shot. Hell yes. Starting with a bang.
And there's just something so intimate about that entire sequence, when she goes into the office and you have that awkward moment where you're interrupting. So now we feel like we're interrupting, same way she does. And it's the little things, like the side characters like that having an actual conversation, not just... Oof.
Bill Skins fifth.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Crawford.
Sorry to pull you off the course at such short notice. A job's come up, and I thought about you.
Ooh.
Not a job, really, more of an interesting errand. Sit down.
Uh-huh.
Interesting errand,
An errand, okay.
You grilled me pretty hard, as I recall, on the Bureau of Civil Rights record in the Hoover years. I gave you an A.
A-, sir.
She remembers that one. It wasn't an A, it was an A-.
We're interviewing all the serial killers now in custody for a psychobehavioral profile. Could be a real help in unsolved cases. You spook easily, Starling?
Not yet, sir.
All right. Good.
Who's the subject?
The psychiatrist, Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal the cannibal.
Hannibal the cannibal.
I want your full attention, Starling.
Yes, sir.
Be very careful with Hannibal Lecter. And you're to tell him nothing personal, Starling. Believe me, you don't want Hannibal Lecter inside your head. Never forget what he is.
And what is that?
Oh, he's a monster.
Nice.
Great exposition.
I love that.
We've tried to study him, of course, but he's much too sophisticated for the standard tests.
Too sophisticated. Damn.
What a great way to build anticipation for Hannibal, right?
I don't believe Lecter's even seen a woman in 8 years. And oh, are you ever his taste, so to speak.
Thanks for clarifying that.
I think poor choice of words there.
No pencil, pencils or pens, no staples or paper clips in his paper. Use the sliding fruit carrier, no exceptions. If he attempts to pass you anything, do not accept it.
I love how they're building him up like this mythological creature almost.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
His mouthpiece and restraints were removed for an EKG. When the nurse leaned over him, he did this to her.
Do we even want to know?
The doctors managed to reset her jaw, more or less, save one of her eyes. His pulse never got above 85, even when he ate her tongue.
Jesus.
So definitely not getting close to him. Gotcha. I love that we're seeing all of this from her perspective. Like, we feel all the things that she's feeling right now.
Getting some anxiety here is the
Yeah.
anticipation. Great acting too from on her part. You could tell.
You see her trying to navigate this world, right?
Ugh.
Ugh. I highly doubt that, sir.
You already know. There he is.
Ah, it gives me chills.
And in comparison, he's so still.
Closer, please. Closer.
Oh my God. He's the one in the cell, but he has full control already.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Jack Crawford sent a trainee to me.
Yes, I'm a student. I'm here to learn from you.
You almost sounded offended there.
Sit, please.
The dynamic in this already is fantastic.
Tell me, what did Miggs say to you?
He said, I can smell your...
I see. I myself cannot.
Even the visual representation, he's looking down on her
Mm-hmm.
because she sat down. It also just tells you.
Perhaps you'd care to lend us your view on this questionnaire, sir.
Oh, no. You were doing fine.
Oh, he wants the real you, huh?
It's like he's auditioning her, right?
Jack Crawford must be very busy indeed if he is recruiting help from the student body. Busy hunting that new one, Buffalo Bill. What a naughty boy he is.
He already put two and two together.
Why do you think he removes their skins, Agent Starling? Throw me with your acumen.
It excites him. Most serial killers keep some sort of trophies from their victims.
Ah.
I didn't.
No. No, you ate yours.
Yeah, you're different, man. You're way out there.
I love that he's impossible to read.
It's interesting, right? You expect an animal-like person, but he's so composed and educated. It's like the opposite of what you expect. And they toy around with your
Yeah.
expectations so much.
And I love her hesitation, but there's strength in there, but she's nervous, she's fascinated, she's enthralled by this.
Do you know what you look like to me with your good bag and your cheap shoes? You look like a rube. A well-scrubbed, hustling rube.
Ouch.
You're not more than one generation from poor white trash, are you, Agent Starling?
Jeez.
And that accent you've tried so desperately to shed, pure West Virginia.
He's already doing it. He's playing with your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You see a lot, Doctor. But are you strong enough to point that high-powered perception at yourself? Maybe you're afraid to.
Ooh. Hit him where it hurts.
She's defiant. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, that struck a chord.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Yikes.
Ah!
You fly back to school now, little Starling. Fly.
I love that he feels like animalistic in a way, like a snake. You know, just waiting to pounce.
No. Yeah, see, this is the kind of stuff that you would expect from these people, but
Yeah.
Go seek out Miss Moffat, an old patient of mine, M-O-F-E-T. Go now. I don't think Miggs could manage again quite so soon, even though he is crazy. Go now!
all right. He at least gave you a lead. My goodness. You cut from all that chaos to just silence and peace.
You know, she's a student. Like, holy shit. The fact that she held it together.
It's her big first shot, right?
Yeah.
At doing what she wants to do. Cannibal trial. The fact that he was a doctor, too.
Yes. A
Miggs is
psychiatrist.
dead.
Dad.
Miggs is dead.
They found him at bed check. He'd swallowed his own tongue.
Interesting.
Just by talking to him?
Jeez.
Now, what are we looking for?
Oh, mannequins. That's always a good sign of stable mental health.
Absolutely. Really enjoying the music as well. The sense of wonder and mystery and thrill.
Yeah. Like you want to look away, but you can't because you want to see, but you don't at the same time.
It's like, do we want to find out? No. Was that the door? Oh. Oh, shoot.
Not quite what we expected to find out.
The rest of me? Miss the rest of me? Meaning that you rented that garage?
She's definitely closer this time.
Giving her little riddles.
Thank you.
So
Your
thoughtful.
bleeding has stopped.
He just knows. He can smell it.
Why don't we talk about Miss Moffat? You wanted me to find him.
His real name is Benjamin Rasbell, a former patient of mine.
If you didn't kill him, then who did, sir?
Who can say? Best thing for him, really. His therapy was going nowhere.
Man.
How did you feel when you saw him, Clarice?
Scared at first, then exhilarated.
Such interesting questions he asks.
Do you think Jack Crawford wants you sexually? True, he is much older, but do you think he visualizes scenarios, exchanges?
Jeez, man. He just knows how to make you uncomfortable.
I've been in this room for 8 years now, Clarice. I know they will never ever let me out while I'm alive.
At least he knows that.
I'm offering you a psychological profile of Buffalo Bill based on the case evidence.
In exchange for a view?
With a tree or some
I'll
water.
help you catch him, Clarice.
Oh, boy.
Tell me who decapitated your patient, Doctor.
All good things to those who wait.
He already figured it out.
Our little Billy must already be searching for that next special lady.
Time is of the essence.
If you want to save lives, yeah, you're going to have to work with him. What an interesting team up. She's having the time of her life.
Yeah.
It's not going to end well.
Don't be so negative.
Got the night vision goggles and everything. It's making me nervous.
Yeah, I know.
Can I help you with that?
I'd be like, nope.
Get in the truck and I want to push it all the way up.
Oh, no.
I really appreciate it.
She's a good person for helping out, but
Say, are you about a size 14?
Sorry.
oh. Just like that.
Yeah.
Good.
Why is he so interested in the size? Some of these, they have such interesting fascinations.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good.
That's heavy, man.
Being on the receiving end like that is rough.
She's so small. She's holding her own.
I know.
In the ring for Starling. Let's go.
Oh.
Saddle up, pack your field gear. You're moving out, you go with Crawford.
Where?
Found a girl's body down in West Virginia. Been in the water about a week. Looks like a Buffalo Bill type situation.
Was that a drill?
Yeah, looks like it.
So cool. They prepare for every scenario like that.
Okay, 3 days. Then he shoots them, skins them, and dumps them. Each body in a different river. The water leaves us no trace evidence of any kind. That's Frederica Bimmel, the first one.
My goodness. So he's got a whole process and he keeps doing it.
Mm-hmm. Kind of crazy just thinking about how there are some people who live their lives like this, right? Studying these kinds of people and building profiles and things like that.
That's why you sent me in there, isn't it? To get his help on Buffalo Bill, sir?
If I'd sent you in there with an actual agenda, Lecter would have known it instantly. He would have toyed with you, then turned to stone.
Wow. So she had to be kept out of the loop.
Yeah.
Lecter is that good at reading people?
Because she was that clueless. She didn't know.
Speaks volumes about his ability, right? To just decipher people with just a glimpse into their lives and who they are and what they're wearing,
Yeah.
everything. He just knows.
And it's terrifying because he's a psychiatrist, so many people open up. So of course he would be good at reading people.
You can't give him too much information. The cinematography is so intimate in this.
Yes.
Feels
All
like we're
those
constantly
close-ups.
breathing down her neck, seeing what she's seeing, but it also gives us that connection to the character. Get to feel everything she's feeling, like you mentioned before. Oh, wow.
Oscar, fetch Dr. Akins from the chapel.
Yes, sir. Starling, we're back here.
Such a smart way to give us some of her
Yeah.
backstory, too. Effective and very little time
Yeah.
being taken away from the main plot.
Ray?
Help with the smell.
So that's how they do it? I always wondered, how do people do these things without,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you get used to that kind of smell, but geez, I wouldn't want to know, honestly.
I don't want to know.
Let's take a look at her.
Even how they unzip the bag, right? It's building that anticipation.
Man, these guys have seen a lot of things, so for them to react that way,
Yeah.
Star-shaped contact entrance wound over the sternum. Muzzle stamp at the top. He's not local. Her ears are pierced 3 times, and there's glitter nail polish. It looks like town to me.
wow. Then the details, huh?
It looks like she's tried to claw her way through something.
Ray, get pictures of her teeth. We'll fax them for missing persons.
That is so sad, man.
It must be so difficult to stay dispassionate about it, right?
She's got something in her throat.
When a body comes out of the water, lots of times there's like leaves and things in the mouth.
Well, we gotta make sure. What the hell?
What is that? Some kind of seed pod?
No, sir. That's a bug cocoon.
A cocoon. Is this the first victim that has this? Have they checked the other ones for it?
I don't know. Good question.
It was found behind the soft palate of a murder victim. The body was in the Elk River in West Virginia.
It's Buffalo Bill, isn't it?
Yep. It definitely is.
You mean this is like a clue from a real murder case? Cool.
Let's figure out what this thing is, huh?
Let's check morphology.
I love the tension, man. These detail shots, they just make you wait for the information.
Meet Mr. Acherontia Styx.
Acherontia Styx.
Weird. Better known to his friends as the Death's Head Moth.
The Death's Head Moth.
Somebody grew this guy. Fed him honey and nightshade. Kept him warm. Somebody loved him.
That has to be a very unique thing, right? Do we have any customs information of somebody importing these? Make a list?
Well, that's the first thing that I would look into, right? We should have been detectives.
I'm telling you, we would have cracked this. We wouldn't have. But hey,
No.
we try. There he is. Oh, shit. He's got a whole well in there?
The 25-year-old daughter of Senator Ruth Martin, listed first as a missing person, is now believed to have been kidnapped by the serial killer known only as Buffalo Bill. And while her kidnapping is not at this point considered to be politically motivated, nevertheless, it has stirred the government to its highest levels.
Yeah, I wonder what the pattern is between all of these victims.
What the connection is?
You have a wonderful chance to show the whole world that you can be merciful as well as strong. Anywhere
She
in
keeps
this country.
repeating the name.
And I promise
She
you.
sees
you'll
Catherine
have
as a
my
person and not just an object.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder to tear her up.
Oh.
That's why they're showing pictures of her as a little girl and
try to get some sort of emotion response.
Mm-hmm.
I told you this is just a routine follow-up on the Raspel case.
He is my patient. I have rights.
This is the number for the U.S. Attorney's Office. Please, either you discuss this with him or you let me do my job. You understand?
Yeah, man. Back off.
Hell yeah.
There's a case going on here.
Is that about you, dude?
The senator promises you a transfer to the VA hospital at Oneida Park, New York, with a view of the woods nearby.
Ooh.
Maximum security still applies, of course.
Sounds like an upgrade.
Oh, wow. That's definitely an upgrade.
1 week of the year, you get to leave the hospital. You may walk on the beach. You may swim in the ocean for up to 1 hour under SWAT team surveillance, of course.
SWAT
Damn.
team.
A pretty sweet deal, man.
Non-negotiable and final. Catherine Martin dies, you get nothing.
Oh, shoot. So he's under pressure, too.
I love that he's sitting down now and she's standing up. And now you see how it's
Oh,
always
man.
changing?
If I help you, Clarice, it will be turns with us too. Quid pro quo. I tell you things, you tell me things.
Oh,
Not
here
about
we
this
go.
case, though. About yourself.
He wants to know more about you.
Yes, and now, Clarice. Poor little Catherine is waiting.
And he just swapped it like that. My goodness.
What is your worst memory of childhood?
Death of my father.
I was going to say.
One night he surprised 2 burglars coming out of the back of a drugstore. They shot him.
Jeez.
Just like that, man.
Quid pro quo, doctor. She had an object deliberately inserted into her throat. Now, that hasn't been made public yet. We don't know what it means.
Was it a butterfly?
How does he know?
How?
The significance of the moth is change. Caterpillar into chrysalis or pupa, and from thence into beauty.
Makes sense.
After your father's murder, you were orphaned. What happened next?
Back to your life.
Yep, he wants to know more about you.
I went to live with my mother's cousin and her husband in Montana. They had a ranch. I ran away.
Why, Clarice? Did the rancher make you perform?
Jeez.
Quid pro quo, doctor.
Billy is not a real transsexual.
That is an amazing shot.
Billy hates his own identity, you see, and he thinks that makes him a transsexual. But his pathology is 1,000 times more savage.
That is so interesting, man. How he figured everything out like that.
Yeah, the way he deduced all of this.
Mister, my family will pay cash. Whatever ransom you're asking for, they'll pay it.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
Please,
That's just,
please.
it's heartbreaking seeing her this terrified.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket!
Oh, man. All the people trying to claw their way out of there. Yeah, this guy's nuts.
I called Senator Ruth Martin. She never heard of any deal with you.
Oh, this asshole.
They scammed you, Hannah.
What are you doing? He's going to mess with this entire thing. Because of what? Ego?
Identify Buffalo Bill by name. And if the girl is found in time, Senator Martin will have you transferred to Brushy Mountain State Prison in Tennessee.
His first name is Louis. I'll tell the rest of the senator herself, but only in Tennessee. And I have a few conditions of my own.
Of course he does. Yeah. Giving them just enough so that he can still keep the power. It was working, man. Her plan was almost there.
It's also about building that trust with him, right? She needs him to, or whatever he's capable of.
Now, we're going to treat you as good as you treat us. You be a gentleman, you're going to get 3 hots to cot.
Crazy. They need to keep that thing on his face so that he doesn't bite anybody.
Here, sir, use mine.
No. No. Hannibal.
What did you do?
Yeah. Using those misdirections to keep people distracted too while he does something else. Like his true motives are always hidden.
Buffalo Bill's real name is Louis Friend. I met him just once. He was referred to me in April or May 1980 by my patient Benjamin Raspel. They were lovers, you see.
Oh.
Apparently, Louis had murdered a transient and done things with the skin.
That's how he knew.
Did you nurse Catherine yourself?
What?
Did you breastfeed her? Amputate a man's leg and he can still feel it tickling. Tell me, Mom, when your little girl is on the slab, where will it tickle you?
Jesus.
5'10", strongly built, about 180 pounds. Hair blonde, eyes pale blue. He'd be about 35 now. He said he lived in Philadelphia, but may have lied.
He likes to get a reaction out of people.
Yeah. He presses the buttons to see what they'll do.
Why did he do that, I wonder? He got sent back to where it all started once more.
Right.
Well, it's only through my own unique insight into Lecter's mind that this breakthrough was possible.
And Buffalo
Don't
Bill's
even,
real
bro.
name.
Buffalo Bill's
Come
real
on, man.
name is now a matter of record with the proper authorities.
And he's taking all the credit now.
Of course he is.
Myself, Senator Martin, Justice Department, people at the FBI, the folks at the Baltimore State Hospital. And now for the hard part.
Everybody but her. Wow. That's such a douchey thing to do, man.
Yeah. She got you most of the way.
Yeah. Well, at least he gets to read.
Good evening, Clarice.
What, by smell? He just knew?
Probably also how she walks, right? He pays attention to all those things.
I came because I wanted to.
That caught his attention.
People will say we're in love.
Louis Friend. Iron sulfide, also known as fool's gold.
Oh, Clarice, your problem is you need to get more fun out of life. Read Marcus Aurelius. Of each particular thing, ask, what is it in itself? What is its nature? What is the first and principal thing he does? What needs does he serve by killing?
Right.
Sexual frustrations.
No, he covets. That is his nature. And how do we begin to covet, Clarice?
It's like pulling from a thread.
Now, please tell me how.
No. It's your turn to tell me, Clarice. You don't have any more vacations to sow.
So all you have is the truth.
This is all the time you'll ever have.
Later. Now, please listen to me. We've only got 5.
No, I will listen now.
Shit, man. Just start talking.
I heard a strange noise.
What was it?
Some kind of screaming, like a child's voice.
Oh, boy.
I crept up into the barn. I was so scared to look inside, but I had to.
What did you see?
Yeah.
Lambs. They were screaming.
They were slaughtering the spring lambs.
First, I tried to free them. I opened the gate to their pen, but they wouldn't run. They just stood there. I took one lamb and I ran away as fast as I could.
Where were you going, Clarice?
Oh,
I don't know. I didn't have any food, any water, and it was very cold.
trying to keep them safe.
I never saw the ranch again.
And that was it.
What became of your lamb, Clarice?
I killed him.
Still died.
Do you think if Catherine lives, you won't wake up in the dark ever again to that awful screaming of the lambs?
He always knew there was a connection there, huh?
Well, I feel like...
Thank you, Clarice.
Yeah, he's basically asking her why she does what she does, right?
Exactly. What does she covet, right?
Goodbye, Clarice.
Everything you need is in there.
Oh, huh.
He took a pen, didn't he? He must have written something on that file. She's got to read that
Yeah,
thing through and
something.
through.
Yeah.
He must have left some other clue.
Yeah.
I love how he messes with everybody and the audience as well. This is fantastic,
And
man.
from behind bars, dude, from a cage.
Also, the significance of the Silent of the Lambs, right?
Right.
How that thematically ties into what's going on here.
Such a-
Very intelligently written.
Yeah, it's such a great way to introduce the title of your movie, essentially, right? I also have to say the performances are incredible. When she was doing the monologue about, you know, the ranch and everything, you could see that she went right back. She was right there when she was talking about all those things. That is incredible acting.
She was
It's all in the
visualizing
eyes.
it as she was talking about it. You could just see
Yeah.
it happen. Some amazing storytelling there.
Yeah. Damn, that's a nice ass dinner.
Son of a bitch demanded a second dinner. Lamb chops, extra rare.
What he wants for breakfast.
Lamb
Yeah,
chops.
but what about second breakfast?
What about second breakfast?
There it is.
Same drill as before, please.
The sleight of hand.
Of course.
Oh boy.
Hand me that, please.
Oh, that's why he wanted the pen. Okay. Oh, you guys are so screwed if he gets out of those. It really does feel like they're in a cage with a wild animal that can snap any minute now.
Yeah. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. This is the visual representation of that. Ooh!
Jimmy, watch it. He's got it.
Oh, shoot.
Oh my god.
Maced him right. Oh, man. He's already missing a chunk of his face. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that was the actual dinner.
No. Just a little post-crime music.
Ready when you are, Sergeant Pembry.
And off he goes, I'm assuming.
Did somebody go up on 5?
No, nobody went up.
Call Pembry, ask him to tell.
Oh, shit.
Bobby, get the vest.
Right, Sarge.
Rainey, Howard, cover the...
Look!
Stopping at 3.
Seal off a 10-block radius. Give me the SWAT team and an ambulance double quick. We're going up.
Yeah, he's already calling SWAT and the ambulance.
That
'cause
was
he knows
fantastic, man. Staying there without being able to cut back to what's going on.
it excludes us in a way that builds up frustration, but also anticipation.
This entire film is a masterclass on how to build anticipation and rise that tension when it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
Yeah.
My God. Left a little message for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Sergeant Tate, he's alive. Get a hold of him where you can feel his hands, son. Talk to him.
What do I say?
Keep him alive, man, till the ambulance gets here.
Say anything.
Doing a good job. Oh, you look real good there. Yeah, you look real good.
One thing that I really appreciate about Hannibal is also that he doesn't rush into anything. He's been planning this escape. He took his time. He's methodical, precise, almost surgical.
But by knowing him, he must have known the response would be this. So I just fear he probably already accounted for all this. What the hell? Oh no, what now? Oh no. He's on top of the elevator.
He's on the roof of the elevator.
I was gonna say he didn't want to say it out loud just in case he heard him.
Of course.
Man, this movie's so good. I am locked in, man. What a great thriller.
There's a gun by his hand. He's not moving.
One warning. We need him alive.
Proceed with extreme caution. What? There's no way you could take a shot to the leg and be extremely still. Oh.
Yeah, that's right, 90, pulse 84. We got him on lactated ringers running, and the patient is on 10 liters.
No! Oh, shit. Damn, that's how you got away?
It's freaking genius, dude.
You won't come after me. Oh, really? He won't. I can't explain it. He would consider that rude. Lecter said everything we need to catch him with is right here in these pages. Only I can't.
Dr. Lecter said a lot of things.
Yeah. You got to keep on reading. If he cracked it already, it has to be there. He hasn't lied a single time. Damn, I can't believe that's how he got away. And of course, he made it seem like they were losing him, so they would rush him out. They wouldn't look too hard.
Of course.
Damn, this guy just knows how to play people.
They see the injuries on the face, right? And cover it with all the blood. They're not going to ask that many questions.
Clarice, doesn't this random scattering of sight seem desperately random?
What does he mean?
Not random at all, maybe. Like there's some pattern here.
Belvedere, Ohio. First girl taken, third body found. Why?
Well, she didn't drift. He weighted her down.
Right.
We covet what we see.
Every day.
Hot damn, Clarice.
You know her.
It's a great way to train Clarice to becoming a great agent.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to be great at her job.
Great internship.
Yeah,
nice.
Absolutely. Amazing program. My goodness, the thought that he's on the loose now. He's going to cause so much chaos.
You just want some fava beans and a nice bottle of Chianti.
With a side of face.
I don't know nothing new to tell you. Police been back here so many times already. Her bedroom's how she left it.
Well, that's good. At least it's how she left, and maybe there's something we can find here. Must be a difficult job too, man. You have to encounter all these family members that are going through this very hard situation. And you have to, kind of remind them of what's going on.
What's so messed up is that obviously you can't save everyone.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to live with that.
Secret compartment.
He's making himself a woman's suit, Mr. Crawford, out of real women. And he can sew, this guy. He's very skilled. He's a tailor or a dressmaker.
Starling.
That's why they're all so big. He has to keep them alive so he can starve them a while, so that he can loosen their skin and take...
Starling,
my God.
We know who he is and where he is. We're on our way right now.
Yeah, how did they figure it out?
They stopped a carton 2 years ago at LAX.
I was going to say.
Live caterpillars from Suriname.
Okay, so custom tracks?
We wouldn't have found him without you. Nobody's going to forget that. At least of all me.
I hope so. That was my first thought. I mean, Custom must have had some sort of information on. It's good to see that she's still alive, though.
She's holding on.
That's so bizarre. He's making a freaking suit out of them. It's like straight out of a nightmare.
Come on, girl.
That is really resourceful. Can't wait to see what she does with that.
Precious. Are you up there, you little shit?
Precious is so floofy.
Trying to figure out why she wants that dog. Or how she's going to utilize it.
What's the plan here exactly?
Ow. There's something so disturbing about that shot. And just have him talk. Something tonally so messed up.
Yeah.
Well, the subtext of everything is like, oh God.
It's
just
so,
makes it.
all of it is so disturbing and haunting.
Stacy, did Frederica ever mention a man named Jamie Gum or a Jame Gum? How about John Grant?
No.
None of them?
Me and Pam Malavese used to help her do alterations for old Mrs. Littman.
Can you give me Mrs. Littman's address? I need to talk to her.
Yeah. Just keep getting names and keep questioning. Change.
So beautiful.
Did she actually get the dog?
Down here, you sack of shit.
Oh, he's gonna use a dog. It's the only thing he cares about, huh?
Yeah. What else are you gonna do?
Hey, don't you hurt my dog!
Don't you make me hurt your dog!
And you don't know what pain is!
Yeah.
It's like stomach churning, man.
I hope they got the right house. Oh. Go check the door. Your Amazon package got here.
Little DoorDash, sir.
We're going in.
Come on. Get her out of there. Oh, shit.
Excuse me, sir. I really need to speak with you.
Oh, damn. She's got him.
There's no one here, Jack.
Where the hell did you guys go?
Well, Frederica used to work for Mrs. Lippman. Did you know her?
No, Mrs. Lippman had a son, though. Maybe he could help you. I got his card in here someplace. Do you want to come in while I look for it?
May I?
Yes, sure.
Damn, she's got balls. Just being like, yeah, sure, I'll come in. Because there is a power difference there, right? Like, he's a huge dude. Like, if anything were to happen,
exactly.
I mean...
Because the thing is, they've done such a great job of establishing how small she really feels, especially next to some guys like this guy.
Did she leave any records, any business records, tax forms?
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Clarice, get him. Come on. Yeah.
Keep it cool.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's already ready.
She's unstrapping.
Put your hands over your head and turn around. Spread your legs. Spread your legs. Put your hands in the back.
Oh, shit. No.
Shit.
Don't follow.
Please clear your corners.
Right. Use all your training. This is it. She got launched straight into the real deal.
Hell of a first gig, dude. Jesus. Door number 1. Door number 2.
Which one do you pick, right? Man, he could be anywhere. Oh, there's the suit.
Man. So disturbing.
That makes sense. That's why he was making them put on lotion.
Yeah. Keep the skin nice and soft and
Man,
moisturized.
it's all clicking. Come on, you gotta get that woman out of there. Shit, man, where is he?
Now, where is he? I gotta leave this room. I'll be right back.
No, don't you leave me here, you bitch, no!
That must be so scary, though.
Dude.
You're so close to being saved.
Catherine, the other officers will be here any minute now. Wait!
She wants him to hear that.
It's crazy how they managed to make us feel the fear that she has to overcome, right? Every time she clears a room, every time she opens a door and has to walk through, we're right there with her.
And it's so cluttered, too. So many things can be a distraction. You really have to keep your focus. Oh, what the hell? Oh, shit. Oh, and he's just looking at her.
That's so creepy,
He
dude.
is so close, man, and she doesn't even know it. Oh, no. The fact that he's that close.
And he doesn't immediately attack. He just watches her.
Hell no. Get him. She get hit? Oh, she seems good. You got him.
Damn.
What a sequence, man. Wow.
That was fantastic.
Very creative. What a great way of keeping us on our toes. The end of this nightmare.
Yeah.
God knows how many people you've saved by preventing this from happening again.
Because she mentioned, right? Because he was getting better at this.
Yeah.
And he was meticulous, so he was not going to stop.
Now give that poor dog a treat.
Yeah, I
And
know.
that woman a nice meal.
Yeah. That's some great detective work, man. Good for her.
Clarice M. Starling.
Congratulations.
Yay! Hell
She has
yeah.
the permanent one now. The real one.
Good stuff. She
Aw.
definitely earned that every step of the way.
Special Agent Starling.
Ooh.
Special Agent Man.
Special agent.
It's got a nice ring to it.
It does.
Your father would have been proud today.
Aw. Ow. She killed it though.
Yeah, she really did. He definitely would be proud of her.
Well, Clarice, have the lambs stopped screaming?
Dr. Lecter.
I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner.
An old friend for dinner, huh?
I don't think we want to know.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Do you have the security system all set up? We have the big shot security.
Oh boy. He's gonna get what's coming. Wow. Hey man, that was fantastic. What a great film, man.
Fantastic.
I can only say, wow, really, the craftsmanship in this movie, from, you know, the cinematography to the performances to the score and how it helped us with the tone throughout the film. It was all so engaging and entertaining. But I have to say, my favorite element in this was just that, the performances. I mean, Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster, they're dynamic together on screen, and having both of these characters, Clarice and Hannibal, talk it out, and how he's, you know, trying to find that window in her mind to get in, and it feels so intrusive, like the way that he just reads people. It kind of feels icky at the same time, and he just delivers it with such class and elegance at the same time. It feels like these two worlds, these two things shouldn't live together, but he makes it work so damn well. He honestly killed it.
It's incredible how the performances were used in such an elegant way that eventually you felt, you know, as Clarice was getting more and more confident, you could feel more and more of a tug of war between these two, right? Like, she started fighting back for that control. You could see her starting to that ambition of hers that, you know, that Hannibal Lecter mentions, you know, you could feel that there was that desire to prove herself to be taken seriously, but also deep underneath to, you know, silence the lambs, right? So you could see all of those feelings. You could see that turmoil, and, you know, the way the camera was so invasively close on both of them, but even how it was angled, right? You know, like with her, it was like head on, but there were a lot of times with Hannibal where it was just angled slightly lower, just looking up at him, really proving to us that no matter how much she fights back, no matter how hard she tries, he is several steps ahead of her. He is in charge. Whenever she does gain some control, it's because he let her. I thought that was so interesting. The power dynamic and the switches between the two, and how the cinematography and the score helped in that, was absolutely brilliant. Like, you know, some of the things that really catch my eye during the performances, especially watching it now after so many years, Anthony Hopkins does not blink in this. Did you notice? Like, it's that steely gaze, and it's so unwavering. There are moments in this movie where you catch yourself feeling like, is he looking at me or is he looking at her? Because it's so direct, and it's like it's empty, but it's full of so much knowledge all at the same time. It's like he managed to completely strip himself of the warmth that comes with empathy, right? And your regular human being. It's not empty in the sense of there's nothing inside. There's actually so much going on inside of him. You can see how calculating he is. And same with Jodie Foster's performance, you know, especially the moment where she remembers the night of the lambs at the ranch, the night that she ran away. You can see she remembers every single moment. It's these actors taking their time to breathe and be in the character, to be in the moment, to recreate those memories to make it feel real to themselves so that it feels real to you. This is a masterclass in acting. Absolutely. Like, I would 100% tell anyone to just watch this for just the notion that this is what happens when every single piece works in tandem to give you one fantastic movie, whether it's the cinematography, like you said, or the score, or the editing. You know, some of the editing choices they made I thought were absolutely brilliant, you know, especially when they gave us some of the flashbacks for Clarice. Just absolutely, absolutely genius.
I really enjoyed that, but also the writing was very intelligent. The way they delivered the exposition here, they really didn't waste their time. Everything was so valuable. Everything meant something. Everything gave us an insight to one of the characters or how exactly things work, right? Within this, whether that's, you know, the office where she works at and the power dynamic there, and she's the new one, like you said, and she's a student, and people perhaps, you know, don't treat her with the respect that she wants, or they don't take her seriously. And then how that changes when she's in the vicinity of Hannibal, where you would expect that he, a criminal, a person who's done all these horrible things, would probably treat her worse, but he actually doesn't. He treats her with respect. He listens to her. He wants to know more about her. He is curious about her. And it's such an interesting dynamic. I thought the writing was so cleverly done. They were giving us both information on Hannibal and on her simultaneously within the same scene, and that is so hard to do. I don't see that. I haven't seen that done quite often, and I think quite as well as this film did it. This was really, really well written, and then the reveals, the way that they were done, the elevator scene in Hannibal's escape, that was so brilliant. I mean, I was expecting some sort of turn. I perhaps thought, okay, he's playing that on top of the elevator, right? And somehow this guy has full control of his body. He got shot on the leg. He's gonna do something to get out of that one, right? But no, it was actually all, you know, a switcheroo that they pulled on us, and he was already long gone. I thought that reveal was handled just perfectly. Honestly, they held on as much as they needed to, and they revealed it exactly when they had to. That, you know, the people behind this and how, not only how it's written, but how it's executed, they just understood the pacing, and they made us wait for every single answer to the point that you're there, you're at the edge. You kind of, you know, if it was in a real life situation, you kind of want to, like, you know, peek and see what the hell is inside, because the answer's right there, but they don't do that. They make you wait and hold your breath. And that is what allows this movie to really build the tension that it has, because it really has this atmosphere, this mood from the opening credits when you see her running through the training course, right? And all the way till the end, this movie has very much a very strong atmosphere. And I think they managed to really keep that on lock for the entirety of the film. I was immersed. I was here. I was watching. I was questioning what was happening. I was engaged every single step of the way. A lot of times there's a moment or two in the movie where it kind of snaps you out of it. And this movie did not do that. So I have to commend them for that, for keeping me here. The whole serial killer aspect of it and how they found the clues was super engaging. Clarice was a very competent character. The way that she was on, you know, every single step of the way, she was right behind the clues, and really, she's a fighter, man. And they made sure that we knew that she was a fighter, not only in the physical sense, but as a character, right? She fights for the truth, and she was always, you know, there trying to get a step ahead, and she finally she managed to be steps ahead of the other team, because I felt so bad when they kept taking the credit away from her, and it's like, you know, she deserves it. So when she finally makes it and she opens that damn door, my heart both sank, but I also got happy for her. But it's the notion of, oh shit, you found him, but you have no backup. You're on your own. And it kind of also shows you the reality that these people have to go through, right? If you see the bad guy and he's right there, sometimes you don't have the luxury of time, especially if other lives are at stake. And she had to make that tough call. And they set everything up so perfectly where, you know, like we were mentioning, like, she's just one person, you know, and this man, he's got, first of all, he's a huge dude, right? And second of all, he knows his house. He knows the rooms. He knows everything. And she's there. She is the outsider in that sense. So seeing her navigate that entire sequence was phenomenal. Great acting from Jodie Foster. I have to say, the fear in her eyes opening every single door. I was with her every step of the way, man. I was like, oh God, please don't. Oh, do not hurt her. And then we get the whole night vision sequence, and that was just fantastic. That was just the cherry on top where I was like, okay, these guys really understood the assignment here. They really went for it and kept us wondering what the hell was going to come next.
Yeah, I love what you mentioned there. They really did cherish tension in this. They relished in it, and they made us stay in it. And I love that they went for that, because it's very easy to resort to like a cheap jump scare or, you know, other cheaper options to relieve some of the tension. I think there's a fine balance there, because you can have too much tension and then eventually none of it means anything, right? So like you need to like lift your foot off the gas like just enough, but they never really released it fully. We never really ever stopped. It was like, you know, it was like a wheel that just kept spinning faster and faster and eventually turning into a whirlwind of a situation. I loved Clarice's characterization in this. I love that, you know, like you mentioned, she is competent, she's intelligent, but, you know, she's also not like just a classic superhero, even though she's a student. Like you can tell that she's scared, she makes mistakes, she is trying to find her footing, right? She's trying to find her style, shall we say, as an FBI agent. You can tell that, you know, she's trying to be taken seriously, but she's also trying to navigate this world as a student and, you know, as a woman. You see that she's constantly circled by, you know, so many people that are so much more experienced than her and so much more ahead of her a lot of times. And so you could see that desire, but also it made you realize just how small she could possibly be, especially when she gets into the home of the killer, right? Where you're like, oh my God, like at the end of the day, one solid punch and that's it. You know what I mean? All the training in the world, it can't protect you from in that situation. And just the way that they stretched out the moment where you see her looking at the house and, you know, putting two and two together, and then she sees the moth and you see him like luring her into the house and you just see the camera pulling away from her and you're like, oh my God, please just, you want her to run away, but you also know that she can't because that girl is still down there in the well. And just those conflicting feelings, they happen consistently in the movie, and I love that they made us feel uncomfortable. You know, they made us stay in that icky, scary feeling where you want to run away, you want to follow your survival instinct, you want to live, but you can't. And people like this, they have to fight their survival instinct all the time, because like that's what we say, like don't go down, you know, the dark basement, like don't go follow the creepy noise. But these people, they have to, and she does, despite how scared she is and the fact that she's alone. She has all of these odds against her and she does it anyway. And that's what makes such a fascinating character, the fact that it like, you know, she's not or like a Terminator where she just she's like, I got it, like I'm already a pro even though I'm a student. No, we see the growing pains, and that just made it so much more intriguing for me.
I think that is so important for characters. You know, you need to show that vulnerability. You need to show that they are still human for us to feel really connected to them. Like, yeah, they're going to make mistakes. Yeah, perhaps they trip going up the stairs. Perhaps they are scared of the dark. These are things that happen to all of us, right? We all have our thing that makes us human. And I love when they, you know, they insert these things into characters because we get to relate to them in a much better way. And it feels much more pure, more raw than having a character that just, you know, is perfect at everything or is just too good or has no sort of imperfection whatsoever. So I think they struck such a great balance with her because she is vulnerable, she is scared, but she's also brave. And that bravery, you know, is way more valuable when you're scared for your life than when you're invulnerable per se, right? And I think, you know, same goes for Hannibal. There was moments there where he felt more human. And then Anthony Hopkins he just killed this role and magnificent. There's only so many good things I can say about this performance, but he would, you know, turn that on and off where you would feel like Clarice, like, oh, I'm connecting with this guy. There's a person here. He's an actual human being. And then he would turn that off and he would take it away from you. And you're like, wait, what's going on? I'm in the dark
Bring
now.
it back.
Yeah. And he would just start questioning her. And that, like you said, that, you know, that tug of war that they're playing, he just knew how to, as an actor, how to deliver every single beat. And even his lines, the way he spoke made us wait for the next line. It's like, finish your sentence, please. What does this mean? And you could just tell that he savored every single opportunity as an actor to try different things and give us different takes and really give us a character that could have easily been a two-dimensional character. He made it such an incredibly complex person, right? With the way he delivered the lines, the facial expressions when he showed interest. That was the scary part, is like, it seemed random, but then in hindsight, everything he got interested in was actually the next clue or a lead that somehow Clarice didn't even see it, because Hannibal just he's like a cat, dude, with a laser. He just sees the red dot and he knows that that's it. But Clarice was looking, I guess, too much at all the finer details, but he just knew. He connected the dots immediately, and just seeing those expressions when something, you know, piqued his interest was incredible. And the switch and the dynamic and the tone and the music alongside with those scenes and the way they introduced that character. There's so many things in here that were done extremely well that take a lot of work. And, you know, to be this well executed is quite rare. So I have to say they killed it, man. I really enjoyed this movie. I'm putting it on my list of, you know, great thrillers to pop on the TV every now and then, because this is the kind of film that you need to put on to reinvigorate, you know, sometimes that passion. If you're like us and you're working on your own projects and you're writing something and you want a good thriller, this is the kind of stuff that you need to put on and be like, what is the feeling that this thing leaves me with? And that's what you really have to pursue. You know, this was a great time, man. I really, really, really enjoyed this.
I'm so happy you liked it, man. This is like I mentioned, this is one of those movies where you can't exactly remember every single piece of the plot, but you will always remember the feeling that it left you with. And it's so impactful. And like you said, like this is one of those movies that just inspires you, right? It's when everything just works exactly right. This is when you realize that filmmaking really is a collaborative effort, and when everybody shows up with passion and discipline and talent, this is what you get.
Thank you guys so much for watching this with us. We hope that you enjoyed, and as always, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.
See ya.